Hello, welcome to the Slip Slip Sis podcast. I'm Che.
I'm Gabz.
I'm pretty sure this is episode 29.
Or 30.
Really? Do we know? Well, as I looked that up, welcome to our YouTube channel where we share all about, honestly, more than just the crafting shenanigans, just things that we've done. But it is focused on our knitting mostly. And this is, I don't know, because the whole I Yeeted That I a Partridge is such a long title. Episode 29. Thank you for joining us. You can find all of our information down below. We are Slip Slip Sis on most things with some punctuation in between. I'm coming to you from Southern California. Gabz is up in Northern California. And we must be, as Gabz says, expeditious because her children are giving her husband a rough time this morning. So we are going to do a lickety split podcast. And so I'm going to jump right in with my FOs, if that's okay, Gabz.
Yeah, go for it. You got more than me.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going most recent finish to least recent finish. So I just finished my brioche hat. Pretty good. Matches my outfit. What'd you say?
I like it.
Thank you. This is, if you haven't seen our video yet, on the 12 labors of knit Caeli's. That is a challenge that Gabz and I are running. It is very low key. Feel free to just watch along, join in, make up your own labors. So my first labor was the Nemean lion, and that was learning how to brioche. So if you want to see my full video on that, it is already posted. So please check it out. This yarn is Berry Pie from MJ Yarns. I got this when I was walking around Pike's Place Market in Seattle. They had a stand there. And then the pattern is actually a free pattern by Isolde Teague. It is called Daniel's Hat, which is funny because Gabz's husband's name is Daniel, but this is not for Daniel. So here we are.
Oh my gosh, it's Daniel's hat. Well, this is Christianity, but like Daniel in the lion's den, and you were doing the Nemean lion.
Yes, I obviously intended it that way. Definitely thought that through.
I'm a history teacher, and we're teaching underpinnings right now of the government. So we're talking lots about Abrahamic religions.
Incredible. Do you want to go next?
Sure, I will. So I only have 2 FOs that I can show you because I had another design commission for Blue Sky Fibers, but I can't show you it and you won't get to see it for the next year because it comes out for winter 2024. So stay tuned. But that's why it looks like I have nothing. I actually knit 11 skeins of yarn between.
Did you finish the big boy?
Yeah, they're both done. I just can't show them to you. But it was a lot of skeins of yarn. They sent me 20. I used 11 in the project. And then I get to do, you'll find out what I get to do with some of the other stuff with the yarn. But one of the things that I finished, this was like, I made it right under the deadline. Like I was really playing it so close. But, it's Gabz. So did we really expect anything less? I always play it really close to deadline. I think it's theater. I think it's like my complete faith that it'll be fine. Theater magic, right? The show will go on. It'll be okay. Yeah. My students don't believe me either when I tell them, I'm like, it's going to be fine. They're like, we don't know any of the songs. And I'm like, I know, it's okay. We got this. So Caeli and I have been doing our.
Oh, I should do that one too.
We swapped sock. Monthly sock swap. We prepped yarn for each other, then we swap it, and then we make the same pattern. Well, August is a long month, and I was very confident in my August skills. August is always the month that the wind just gets knocked out of my sails. I start school again, something happens where just like August, all my August plans go awry. August and March are my months where everything goes sideways on me. So I started knitting on my August sock swap socks with my sister. And then I almost finished the entire sock. And I didn't like how I had paired it together. So I tore the entire thing out on August 22nd. So I had 8 days to finish the sock, but I'm also in 5 test knits. And I also hadn't finished the design commission. And when you're paying me for something, that's the thing that I prioritize when I'm knitting, right? So it was not good, but I knew Caeli was going to be on my case if I forgot it before I didn't get it done. And I did. I got my socks done with my, excellent camera quality. Caeli, you'll see Caeli, they are better. This is probably another million case for why you should have a Mac instead of a PC. I have a PC.
Everybody likes PCs though. Everyone makes fun of Macs. So
I like my PC.
I think you just have an old computer.
Yeah, I'm also one of those people who uses things until they break. And then even if they're broken, I'm like, it's just a flesh wound. It's fine. Yeah, that's just how I am. So this is Knit Picks Felici in a colorway.
You have the tag. So
no, I lost it.
Actually, hold on.
And then the green, actually I didn't have the tag for the green. The green I also think is Knit Picks. I think it's a leftover from our dad's shawl that he made for Expression Fiber Arts. The pattern is, yep, it's that one, Shay.
Golden Hour.
Golden Hour. The pattern is The Shallows. I did a Crazy Sock Lady color, pop of color, and then I did an afterthought heel so I wouldn't interrupt the stripes, and then I just did the regular toe. What I had initially done is I had done the green for the body and then contrasting stripes, but then it looked terrible. So I was like, I don't like this. It's so ugly. So
I think it looks cute with the stripes.
Yeah, this came out way cuter. But surprisingly, and I didn't think this was my fault this time, it's usually my fault, that I was playing yarn chicken with the stripes. And I usually have a lot left over. So I was like,
Couldn't have been me either because I gave you the full exact thing.
I was down to the I had 2 stripes left. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm not going to make this. I don't have
50 grams.
Usually I have a significant amount left. I've made socks with the same Felici. And I made the whole sock. And I had enough for my Cozy Memory Square. And I had enough to put in Caeli's Magic Knot Ball. On this one, I barely made the Cozy Memory Square and that was it. So I didn't have a lot left. Maybe it's because I used it on the cuff, but not that much on the cuff, but maybe that was enough. It is 2 stripes on the cuff. So I finished it under the wire.
Woo! Well,
but I wouldn't have told my sister if I hadn't either. I would have just knit on September 1st and then just been like, oh, I forgot to send you that picture. Because that's Gabz too. Because have I posted a finished object picture of my Stephen West twist and turn shell? No. Have I posted my Stephen West summer sock along? No. So
here we are.
A character for me just to not do it.
Well, I also finished my socks, but much earlier in the month. And so I think I finished it actually just after the last podcast. These were my hurricane socks. I finished them when the hurricane was happening, which felt ironic because they're called the Shallows. But here we are. I love them. I think this is a great color. The contrast is a mystery to all of us. And the main color is Storyteller yarn, and it is called Boardwalk. So I did almost the same thing as Gabz, except I did the slip stitch heel flap. So August sock swap done. I think still you.
Still me. All right. This is going to be a lovely showcase because mine is still blocking. So I signed up for this test knit. I had no business signing up for test knits because I'm really overcommitted as usual, which I do every September and October. I don't know why. I should probably explore why I always overcommit in August and September. I think it might have to do with the transition back to school and me feeling like most of my day is eaten up with my job, like normal people. And then I want to have all this control over my crafting. I don't know. This is the fourth summer I've done, late summer or early fall. I've done this to myself. Yeah. But look. He just keeps flopping. It is, oh God, this isn't working.
Gabz, what is happening?
This is my, I don't know. Here, I'm just gonna stand up. This is my Darn Yarn cowl by her Instagram is Knitting Takes Balls or Children of the Rice on Instagram. It is a colorwork cowl. Okay, so let me tell you the truth on this. It's supposed to be a DK weight cowl using US 3s. The designer in the pattern said, I have a really loose gauge, so you'll probably need to size up. So I was like, cool. So then I used the US 3s that she used because I have a super loose gauge as well. And I used like a thicker, it was like sport weight. I used sport weight instead of DK weight. And I was knitting, and it looked hideous.
Oh God.
Because I had used two things that slightly variegated and it didn't work. You lost the pattern entirely. So that didn't work. So I had to rip the whole thing out. And when I took gauge, my gauge was way too loose. So I had to use fingering weight yarn on US 1s to not get gauge and it be still too big.
Excellent.
And I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm dropping a needle size for color work. And there's no way I'm doing lace weight color work. So I just went with it. But the yarn that I use, the darker color, it's reading black on the screen, but in person it's navy blue. It's Navy by Rebel Woolworks. And the gray speckle is Unapologetic by Yarn Ink, which I bought years ago when Countess Ablaze was doing her If I Want Exposure, I'd Put My Tits Out colorways. So that was exciting. So I finished that. I really like it, but I had to do ladder back jacquard again. I finished it in like a week. It's a really quick cowl. It's fun. I recommend it. I don't know what it's going to look like on. That's why I'm blocking it still, but it was enjoyable. The pattern, I think, comes out in maybe a week or two. The test deadline is the 6th. So hopefully it's going to dry because it's raining right now in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it's not dry.
Very overcast.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But those are my two finished objects that I can show you. The other two, winter 2024, is coming in hot.
Okay, I finished more socks because thematically we're just under the wire for Summer Sock Camp 2023.
Those are cute. Are they intended to stripe? I like them.
That's just cute. Like the fun of the yarn.
Oh,
so
nice.
These are just another pair of vanilla socks. These were like travel knitting socks for me. And these are Mermaid Lagoon from Woolen Women Fibers, I think. And simple vanilles with an afterthought heel, 2x2 ribbing. Loving doing this. It is like, I think I started the tube on my flight to San Jose when I was with Gabz last, and then finished the tube by the time I was done with that weekend, and then just had to do the other tee. So this was a ton of fun. And I've really been enjoying like doing the afterthought heel afterwards, because I finally think I've got my formula right for how much I need to do for the foot to do the proper length and such. But this, I like, it's just very softy. It feels almost like silkier cashmere, but it's not. It's like a 75-25. So really enjoyed doing these babies. Okay. And then the next one, you're going to be so proud of me. Guess what I finished? It is, we are waiting with bated breath as I get these on the sock blockers, the final installment of the DK Mix Medley socks. Woo-hoo! So these are the final texture pattern that I was working on. This is what I'm calling the simple pearl, if you will. And so this one I did with a 2x2 ribbing. And then now that I've got them on the sock blockers, I'm going to take it off because this features the second toe option, which is the star toe. So I was able to get this one done. So that means I have 4 total textures for my DK Mixed Medley socks. I actually have the pattern written. I'm feeling very proud of myself, but Gabz promised me she would read it, and I'm pretty sure she forgot. So technically, it's not my fault that I haven't done anything with it yet.
Yeah, I was supposed to read it, and then my internet was broken, and then I forgot.
So here we are with those, but this is again a DK weight sock. The yarn is Pollen Party, and it was I believe it was my June Yarnable from Hypnotic Yarn. So these came out super cute and squishy, and so that pattern should be ready for testing soon.
That's it for FOs, right?
Yep. I have two whips.
I have two as well.
You go first.
All right. So remember that shawl that I was working on? I frogged it. It was the Alpenglow shawl by Jennifer Matlock, and it was through Expression Fiber Arts, and I just wasn't having a good time with it. I don't actually know if I'm a shawl knitting person. Like, I wear shawls a lot, but I don't enjoy making them, and I don't know why. They always, I think it's it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger business that I'm like, because it feels like progress is so slow, which I think is the problem for me, because the things that I enjoy knitting are like sweaters and socks. And like the biggest part of the sweater and the biggest part of the sock happens in the middle of the project, right? Like when you increase for the heel, and then everything feels faster after that. And same, I knit most of my sweaters top down. So then like the yoke is really big, and then you like shrink down again. So I think it's like that, or even hats, right? Because it like decreases at the end, which is why I don't enjoy hats that start at the crown and then get bigger, right? Because it feels like it's harder. Probably why I don't like toe up socks either. So many discoveries. Anyway, I frogged it because I wasn't happy, but I really liked the colors. So, and then I really liked doing the color work for my darn yarn cowl, other than the ladder back to card, which I did not love even a little bit. So I cast on yesterday a Feel the Burn sweater by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knitworks. It's a free pattern. I've knit the Tecumseh from her, as well as my very first colorwork project. So that went as well as you expect your very first colorwork project to go. It's a little bit like ruffly, but unfortunately it ruffles in the chest. So it looks like it's a design element. It doesn't like ruffle at your belly button. So it's fine, but it's fine. So I'm really liking it. It's coming out super cute.
Oh, I like that.
It is, so it's the Feel the Burn. Burn is spelled like Bernie Sanders. It's from when, I think it was at the inauguration, at Joe Biden's inauguration, when he was wearing those mitts and everyone had like an obsession. So it's great. It's still watermelon themed, hence this is the top of the watermelon, and then you start eating it and then here comes the rind, right? So the green is, it's held double because it calls for DK weight. So it's held double. The green, it's single ply. This is the single ply, which is from Lady Dye Yarns from her Anne of Green Gables kit. And the green is a mystery. The kind of limeish green is Lady Dye Yarns as well. Another color from her Anne of Green Gables kit, which it's held double with itself. And then this kind of, I don't know, what color is this? Like light orange?
I would give it a peachy.
Yeah. This color is Earl Grey Fiber Company from her the Flora Fauna Countdown that Caeli and I were gifted. And then I'm fading it in with two other colors. This is also, I think, Earl Grey Fiber Company. I think. And then this is from the Advent that Caeli made for me. And I've promptly lost the tag. Actually, it didn't come with a tag. It didn't come with a tag. It didn't come with a tag. So it wasn't me.
Is there orange in it?
Yeah. And some blue.
It's nitpicks.
I think so too. It feels like nitpicks. So that's where I am. I'm making the size 3. I'm here. I'm really stoked on my next plan. I went stash diving last night because there's little crosses in the pattern. So I'm going to do the crosses like watermelon seeds. And I dug through everything I owned. This that I'm going to use is Saul Goodman. No. This is Caeli's yarn, but it's not Saul Goodman. What is it?
Green?
Yeah.
It is the Almost Heisenberg.
The Almost Heisenberg. So this is, except it's mad deformed and I have to hold it. Not the yarn. Well, yeah, the yarn, but not Caeli's fault.
I would
My
like
fault.
you to know that I did not give it to you deformed.
Oh no, it was Gabz who deformed it. It's mad deformed and I have to figure out how to hold it double. So I'm doing
Why
that.
don't you just reball it?
Don't be sensible, Caeli.
Okay.
So I got pretty far for just one day in color work. I'm really into it. Yeah, I like it a lot. I'm having a good time with it. That's it. That's all I got for my whips because I'm also prepping for my next labor of Hercules.
Got it. Okay, so I did start the September sock swap because I wanted to have it going. And also my printer has been broken in my office. So, and also my printer's been broken in my house, but that's been like since I've had it. Don't tell dad. But usually I just print at the office, but then the toner was out in the bottom one, and then the one at the top level was missing a part. So I was like, how am I gonna know what to do? I guess I could read it on my iPad, but that feels silly. So far I've just done the cuff because that's what I knew how to do without looking at the pattern. So look how cute she is. Eh?
What on earth color did I give you?
This is where I think you mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we think because Gabz gave me like a gloomy gray color for June, and this is September, and it's this very bright pink with like light blue. So I think she's might have swapped out the 6 and the 9 for our sock swap, which is fine. It's on brand. The pattern we are doing is Socks for Dumbledore by the Crazy Sock Lady, and the yarn that I have here's like the whole ball. It kind of is giving Easter egg again.
I definitely mixed them up. I definitely looked at it upside down and then did the 6 and the 9.
Fantastic. Well, this is junk yarn and the colorway is Avita. So far, I mean, so good on the progress. You know, I love a 2x2 ribbing, and then I think there's cables, and then I might actually have to pay attention. But I haven't quite gotten to that because I'm working hard on my other whip to get that one done before I can focus on this. Oh, and this is my bag. It is my takeout box bag from Fate's Thread.
I have no more whips, dude. It's still you.
You said you had 2.
Oh, this one that's in my hand. This is my grown-up Steekling by you. The yarn is Offbeat by Universal Yarn. It's strippity stripes. It's kind of like, in my head, it's like my back to school cardigan. It's going to be very teacher looking. But so this is my first sample that I'm knitting, and then I'm going to knit another one for mother-daughter matching sweaters for me and my girls out of a different self-striping from Universal Yarn. This is their Offbeat. It's 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. It's really great. It's also very affordable. So it makes me feel comfortable wearing it around like school and my children because it's like washable. You know, if you've attended public school in the United States, you know, all our table, we've got those plastic chairs where they're always cracked and like you can snag your whole self on it. So I don't always wear my hand knits because I'm worried I'm going to get snagged when I walk around the classroom to see my students. But I'm on the increases for the sleeve. I am writing the pattern. It will come out probably in 2025 when I get my life back under control. Let's be real, that's never going to happen. No, I am working on it, but you steek it. Oh God, I have to get it done because I have to do it for the labors.
You have to steek all of them, I think is what you promised.
Okay, but they don't have to be done. They just need the bodies done. I can do the sleeves afterwards.
That's true. You could do that if, you know, that was your journey.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Gabz Caeli.
Gabz. Hercules.
Thank you.
Gabz Caeli is better. Caeli.
Yep. Did you finish the girls ones?
Well, no, because Lenny's has to be steeked. Lottie's needs just the sleeves done. And then hers needs to be steeked as well. But I ran out of yarn. I got a whole thing. It was one of those.
Oh, this was with the white where you added in the white. And that still was not what you needed.
So then I ended up getting more from Universal Yarn because they so generously sent me 2 more balls. We're good. But then I, of course, went down a rabbit hole doing something else, waiting the whole 3 days that it took for them to send me the yarn, which is not them. That's me thinking my thoughts.
Right. I do feel like a sense of aimlessness when I don't have a project. Like I finish something and I don't have something ready to pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last whip, which is nearly a half finished object, is these socks that I am making for our grandma. We call her Vubby. Look how little they are.
Oh
She's a
gosh,
5.5, like adult sized sock, but it seems just so tiny. So these are a DK vanilla sock that I am making for our Vubby. I was thinking about doing one of my textures, but then like I wasn't sure if it would be uncomfy on her feet, so that's why I wanted to do vanilla for Vubby. She requested socks, I believe, at least from one of us, but she's getting it from both of us for Christmas or her birthday, which are right next to each other, so we could just do one or the other and then she'll be surprised. And so I am just following the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla DK. I'm almost done. I think I have one more decrease I have to do and then I can Kitchener the toe. And then the yarn that I am using is Yarnaceous Fibers and it is called Cozy and Roarin because these felt on brand for the Crazy Sock Ladies crazy spooky Mao. So these felt autumnal. So hopefully they will count for that. And then I will have plenty left over to give to my sister for her Battenberg blanket.
Oh yeah, I'm going to have like enough for a whole other pair of socks, dude.
Yeah, especially because Vubby's feet are so small. So
yeah, she's, says me with the giant size 6 feet,
Right. But
Our
it was
grandma's
kind
only
of
like
hard for
4'11".
me to figure out how small 5.5 actually is. So, because usually like with like if it's you, like I do just a little bit less than mine, but same for mom, but it's okay. Hopefully it fits her. She's pretty nice to me. So I
Like
think
that good qualifier, Jay. Good
yeah,
call.
yeah. She's very forgiving of Caeli and her projects. I'm the younger one. So I don't
Yeah.
have the pressure of being the older sister. Yay.
What do you have for, I have no more whips, or no more active whips rather. What do you have for acquisitions?
Well, I have my August Yarnable, which I didn't get to show on the podcast because I didn't feel like flying it all the way up with me. So let's open the August Yarnable. And I think you're going to be a huge fan of this one and might want some of the things, which is totally fine with me because the theme was like sunflowers and Gabz loves sunflowers. So it says, be like a sunflower. So even on the darkest days, you'll stand tall and find the sunlight. The colorway is called Grow with the Flow, but let's go through the goodies first. So we got a gauge ruler.
Ooh, that's
And
cute.
it's one of those snap ones.
If only we ever took gauge.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can give this to you so it will like inspire you. But I also kind of feel like your kids might love the snap
Yeah, someone's gonna whip someone with it.
of it. So we'll decide who wants to have the snap ruler. So that's pretty cool. The snap ruler is from, it doesn't say. Oh, just kidding. Everything from this extra, the Yarnable Extras is from Monster Knits.
Oh,
And
nice.
they are on Etsy. And then we also got, hey, maybe you want these for your Steekling. They're sunflower buttons.
Oh, those are cute.
And then I know you do like 5 or so you could just do different ones in between because these are also ones where they say color me. So maybe you could have the girls color their buttons.
That'd be cute.
If you want them.
Yes.
As well. So those are super cute. And then the last one is, you're going to have to explain this to me because I don't really understand how it works. It's a needle minder.
So it's not for knitting. Well, it is for knitting, but it's more of a concern for like embroidery. You pin it to this outside of your embroidery and it's a magnet and your embroidery needle will stick to it so you don't lose your needle and get stabbed by it.
Oh, so it's like be mindful of where your needle is.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the minder part. I was like, is that like a technique that I don't know?
Yeah, it's like if you've got your, I'm going to demonstrate because, I'm in teacher mode. It's like if you've got your hoop and then you pin it with
Mm,
this part, then when you're done doing the embroidery for the day, you put it on the magnet.
slap
You
it
can
on
also
there.
you can also use it for like tapestry needles, but they're not as sharp, right? Like I've seen it
Right.
used more for like embroidery or cross stitch or something like that, where it's really
Mm,
sharp
mm.
and they're thinner, right? Tapestry needles tend to be chonky.
I get that. All right, that makes sense. Thank you, Gabs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the yarn, I really, really like this one. So it's again called Grow with the Flow. Look at that.
Ooh, I'm into it. I think I saw the crazy sock lady knit with it, and I was like, dang, Caeli hasn't made anything with it yet, so I don't get it.
I know. I think it's so cute. I don't know if you still want it though, because it's got so much cream in it, if it'll be enough contrast for your Battenberg.
I think it'll be okay.
Okay, well, she just wants it that bad.
Well,
So
no, I have the rainbow. I have the white cream with that's
that's
mostly
true.
green.
That
Yeah.
is true. But look at that. And so I get the DK version of these. So I'm very excited about this. And maybe I'll do one of my DK mixed medley
Oh,
socks
exciting.
with it, on brand. And then I did get one of my items from D Stash for Good. So I was the high bid on 3 items, and I'm still waiting on the other 2, but I was able to get one because I got it actually from Gary, who hosts the thing, and we live like 20 minutes away from each other. So Gary so kindly let me just like swing by and pick it up, which was awesome because then I got to meet Gary in person. It was very nice, and he's lovely. Truly, truly precious experience for me. And so I think it's so cool because you get one of Gary's stickers when you get one of his D-Stash items. I'm sure any of the other prizes that he does. So I think this is super cool. And then the D-Stash item I got was this wonderful yellow.
That's crazy. I like
And
it.
it is Lady Di Yarns Whitaker. And he's like, it's probably more of like a sport. He's like, but it says DK. So we're going with it. And so I'm like, I think this is super fun. And I am planning on doing like a DK, maybe a DK scrappy sock or something. So I think it would be wild to just have bright yellow. And then everything else in between is just whatever I pull out of the bag.
Yeah,
So
that'd be cute.
here we are, ready to go with my DKs. And those, I have another one from D-Stash for Good coming in the mail. And then my other person who I was a high bid on, she is currently like traveling out of cell phone range. So that will come next week. But that's pretty much all of my acquisitions. And so I think the most exciting thing coming up for us, Gabs, is next weekend.
Yes, I am. Apparently we do this like only see each other for 24 hours thing because I am headed to SoCal to see my sister. I leave Saturday morning. She is running a 5K, then she's picking me up at Long Beach Airport, and then we are San Diego yarn crawling in one day, driving back to her place, then sleeping, going, and then we fly out the next morning to come back to my place, and then she drops me home and she heads to my parents because she's up here because she's starting. I mean, she's kind of been traveling a lot already, but I feel like she's finally kind of kicking off the like Caeli's home is a suitcase.
Very
So
accurate description of travel season for me.
yeah, which she like leaves a trail of herself through the Bay Area. She's like, okay, so I've mailed my flyers to you, and the magazines are at mom and dad's. Can you bring? And sometimes you have to like shuttle them from place to place. And then one time she left her shoes, and then it was like my in-laws were like, okay, so we're coming visit you, so we're gonna deliver. She's like, like that Kiki's delivery service. It's like Caeli's delivery service where like her stuff is everywhere, and sometimes she like group chats everybody. She's like, so who has my box?
Does anyone have a shiny bag by chance? It was like when I lost my regalia. I was like, who has my regalia?
Yeah.
The
But
boxes are on their way to mom and dad. Super exciting. Yay.
I try and convince most stuff to go to mom and dad's because they have a much larger house than I do, and there's only the two of them, and it's a 3-bedroom. So I try and convince it to go there because like legitimately their house is double the size of mine and they don't have 2 children.
Yeah, I just send them to the house where I'm gonna need it first.
Yeah, which is frequently mine, but that's okay.
Well, that's because the rental car at San Jose is easier than picking up the rental in Oakland.
So I'm visiting Che, and then she's got a bunch of travel. But I do have exciting news. We have a giveaway today. This is a big giveaway. I have been sitting on this giveaway since January. So Blue Sky Fibers, this was my first design with Blue Sky Fibers. It's their Maple Grove vest, which just came out 2 days ago. It's really, really cute.
They did?
Yeah, it was a really soft launch. They had a bunch of website issues. That's why it was a whole thing.
Got it.
But now that it's out, I can talk about it. You can find the pattern currently on Ravelry for Blue Sky. I'll send you the link and stuff because she does all those description box things. But
what's it called again?
Maple Grove vest. So it came out really cute. The exciting thing that I have to offer is I have like a whole kit's worth of yarn, so you could make your own look at Caeli. Maple Grove vest. Wow. This is enough it's 2 sizes. This is enough to make, I'm positive it's enough to make the first size. The first size fits busts up to like 48 inches. And I have a little bit of scraps. Like I didn't use the full 5 for it. So
there's 4.
Yeah. I lied, it's 4. Just kidding. The bigger size is 5. So this is 4. I didn't use all 4 of them. I still have some scraps of the 5th, right? Or the 4th one. So if you need the 5, I mean, it's a good start to a kit, right? Even if you're making larger size, this is a pretty decent start to a kit. You obviously can make something else with it. So like, subscribe, and what should they comment, Che?
What is your favorite tree?
Tree?
Tree. Because it's Maple Grove, right?
Okay. Your favorite tree. Like
what? What do you got?
No, we're good. I thought you said treat, and I was like, how does that relate to this, Che? But
okay. Tree, like maple.
Yeah, okay.
Or your favorite birch
tree. Yeah, and we will draw this on our next podcast. Not true podcast, not like Caeli's or San Diego Yarn Cross. So it'll be open for a decent amount because we're not sure when we're podcasting next, but probably it'll be open at least 2 weeks, if not longer.
Oh, I'm staying with you the weekend after, by the way.
Oh, cool. Nice. So like and subscribe. This has been sitting here for a very long time. I feel I should say that we're a smoke-free and pet-free house. Che and I were both allergic cats. Neither of us have pets, just my children.
I'm really trying to get my red-eyed crocodile skink, though.
Yeah. And we don't smoke. So I realize when I do give, sometimes I wonder, right? Not about like smoking concerns me less. I mean, I'm concerned for people's health, but if I don't know if someone has a cat or something like that. But yeah, we are a pet-free, smoke-free house. Can't guarantee my kids haven't put string cheese on something, but you know.
That's so gross. Okay.
I know, my kids, they did something bad to the laundry and our laundry smelled horrible. I honestly think Lenny put string cheese in a load of dirty laundry, and then I washed the laundry with the string cheese in it and dried it because the laundry smelled horrible.
You just do it again.
Folded it and distributed it into our room. It was horrible. So we had to like sort through all our clothes. It smelled very bad. And it was only that one load. Like I would think it was my washing machine, right? If it was multiple loads, but it was only one load, and it was the majority of the girls' clothes. So I think there was like something in a pocket or something. It was bad. It was really bad. It was so bad last week. But yes, like and subscribe. I'm very excited to share this. I also am very excited to get the space out of my room. Oh, I didn't tell the details of the yarn. My bad. Uh-oh. Okay, so it is Woolstock Worsted Blue Sky Fibers. This color is Gravel Road. It's number 1302. It is 100% fine Highland wool, 150 grams, 370 yards. It's a lot of yarn, y'all.
Excellent.
Like
good giveaway, dude. Good one.
I know this is, I think this is one of our better, like,
this is a good one.
Your giveaways, which also means this is only open to the US because I can't afford to send this to internationally because it's so expensive. Unless you're international and you want to split the shipping cost, write that in your comment. Be like, I'm international, but I don't mind splitting shipping with you. Then we're good. Yeah. Because international shipping is unfortunately.
Honestly, US shipping is kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. We're excited to hear what your favorite tree is.
What's yours, Caeli?
Well, here's the thing. I almost said palm, but then my fun fact was going to be, did you know that palm trees aren't actually trees?
What are they?
They're part of the grass family.
Oh, interesting.
That is the first thing I learned in my philosophical inquiry class, my first year of college. And it's the only thing I remember from my philosophical inquiry class in college. Excellent. So I would have to go with, what's the one? Oh, ginkgo. Is that the one that has like the fan leaves?
Yeah.
I like those.
I learned this in my plant diversity and ecology class that it's considered like one of the oldest trees, that it was like around at the time of the dinosaurs, which is probably why you like it. Yeah, I didn't learn that much in plant diversity and ecology either. We went on a lot of nature hikes and I looked at stuff.
What's your favorite tree?
I think fruit trees. Like
you can't choose fruit trees. That doesn't count.
Why not? They're delicious.
Doesn't count. You got to pick like tree.
What are fruit trees, Jay?
Tree, that's not, no, that's like, it has a different utility other than just being tree. You know, like how Ken's job is beach. Oh, you haven't seen Barbie. Tree.
I don't know then.
I picked mine based off of the leaf.
Oh, then a Japanese maple for sure. But I think I may have been influenced by our family because that's the only trees that we purchase. So I think that's the only.
We have a dogwood. I do also love a good magnolia.
Oh yeah, but their leaves make me banana pants because
those are great for climbing though.
Yeah,
because the bark is nice and smooth, so it doesn't like break off on your face.
Oh yeah, we had those horrible trees at San Leandro High where it just like chunked off and it would take a chunk of your skin off.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
we digressed into trees.
We couldn't tag the trees though. Makes sense. Yeah, go Pirates!
Arr. Awesome. Okay.
Thank you so much. Or not, the choice is yours.
Thank you for watching our podcast, and we will see you soon. Gabz is up next for our Knit-Culies challenge, labor number 2, baby, and we are crawling, and we will be podcasting soon. So exciting fall. Okay. I thought you were going to say something, but never mind.
Oh, no, I was waiting for you to say bye, and I was
okay. See you next time. Bye.